Welcome back, everyone, to Little Roadie Wargaming for another game of bolt action between the British and the Japanese Imperial Army. Today's game is Scenario 3, Key Positions from the Core Rulebook. The battlefield includes a series of positions that are strategically vital for the continuation of the campaign and must be seized at all cost. So we have 5 objectives today. We have one right in this compound, one right on the road. There are 2 here in the orchard and one over here by the wheat field. It is a 6-turn game with a possible 7th turn. And up to half of the forces can be held in reserve. For victory conditions, at the end of the game, you simply need to hold more objectives than the opponent, and in order to hold one of the objectives, an infantry or artillery unit has to be within 3 inches of the objective, with no other enemy units of any type within 3 inches of it. So to go over terrain today, we have a road right down the middle that will double any movement of vehicles that move straight along on it. These fields here are light cover. Within these large orchards here is also light cover. For hard cover today, we have these large hedges. They are line of sight obstructing unless you're within 2 inches of them. The buildings will have the building rule, so hard cover, it's more difficult to kill the units inside them, but HE just has to draw a line of sight onto the building to do mean things to the stuff inside. These brick walls are completely line of sight obstructing, and you can jump them, but it's going to take a run action to do so, and you're really just moving 6 inches over it. Now, let's take a look at today's armies. Okay, and here we have 814 points of the Imperial Japanese Army. They are all regular, led by a first lieutenant with additional man. And they've got a forward artillery observer, a medic, and 2 infantry squads. This front one here is just a IJA squad with a submachine gun armed NCO and a light machine gun. Then we have a grenadier squad behind it with 3 knee mortars. Next to them we have a sniper team, a Chiha tank, a medium mortar without spotter, and a medium machine gun. And here we have 812 points of British taken from the Burma list. They are led by a first lieutenant. This is all regular. There is a flamethrower team, a medic, and a Piet team. We have 3 identical sections. It's a submachine gun armed NCO with a Bren. And then in the back, we have a Humber, and this is the one that has the light AT gun. There is a machine gun carrier in the middle, and a Bren carrier with the Pintle LMG. All right, so here we go. Justin's second game with his Japanese, and he gets the first die of turn 1. Okay, so the IJA squad just ran onto the board, and Ted's on bag duty, and hey, it's more Japanese. All right, the medium machine gun team just ran on, and hey, it's more Japanese. So the Japanese medium mortar came in behind the house, and the spotter is over here in this other orchard. And hey, it's the British die. Okay, so the machine gun carrier has driven on and is going to be firing through this gap onto the IJA over there. So for movement, range, and light cover, needing 6s. Nothing. So some ineffective fire. And next die, we've got British. All right, so this British section just ran on through the wheat field up to the objective.
And it's okay if you get caught on video once in a while. You are playing the game.
We're gonna put a picture. And next die is a British one. All right, and this section here just ran on to the fields, headed towards the compound. And it's another British die. And the third and final infantry section ran up. And next die is going to be another British one. All right, so there were two more British dice. The lieutenant and the Piat went down inside of the Bren carrier, and then the artillery observer for the Japanese came in over here with a line of sight on this. And next die, we have a Japanese die. All right, so the Japanese first lieutenant ran onto the table, and next die is another Japanese die. The Japanese medic came in behind the IJA squad, and it's a British die. All right, so the flamethrower team went down, and now the British actually have to start bringing stuff onto the table again. So the medic just came up behind this section, and the next die is, oh, it's a Japanese one. All right, so the Japanese sniper team came into that orchard, and there's another Japanese die. All right, so the Grenadier squad came in on the other side of the compound, and British die. So the Bren carrier came on at the run, and 2 dice left. It's the British. All right, so the Humber has driven on, and it's going to be firing its AT gun with HE loaded at the IJA squad there. Between moved range and light cover, needing a 6. Nope. All right, and last die is the Chiha. So the Chiha has advanced on, and it's going to be firing its bow machine gun and its howitzer at the squad here. So they both need 5s. The white micro die is the howitzer. Okay, it's 1 machine gun hit. So you kill on a 4. Nope, so it's a single pin on this section. And that's the last activation of the turn. So at the end of turn 1, here's what the table looks like. Okay, so here we go. Turn 2. First die is British. Okay, so the Bren moved up to there, and through that little culvert, can see the Grenadier squad. So I'm going to be firing both Brens at it, needing 6s. And I got 2 hits. So that is at the very least a pin. Force to kill. It is 1 kill. 1 dead and a pin. And the next die, if you will, Ted, is a British die. Okay, so this section here passed its 1 pin order and ran up behind the house. And the next die is a British one. All right, so the medic just ran because Japanese don't care about the war crimes of shooting a medic. Next die. Oh, yeah, another British one. So the machine gun carrier just moved up and is firing onto the same squad. Still just outside of half range, so needing 6s. And there's 2. Needing 4s to kill. Oh, there's 1. It could be exceptional. It's not exceptional, but there's a medic there. So on a 6, the guy is still alive. No. So it's a pin and a casualty. And the next die is finally a Japanese one. So the Japanese medium machine gun is going to fire at this squad, but they went down. So 5 shots needing 7s, so 6s followed by 6s. There's 2 potentials, so re-roll those. Nope. So that was close.
Either way, you forced it to not take its turn.
Force that squad down, and it's a British die. So the flamethrower team just got out of the Bren carrier, and the next die is a Japanese one. So the Grenadier squad passed its order, and it's going to be using a line of sight from some of the riflemen in there to fire the knee mortars. So that's 3 shots needing 6s ranging in. Okay, so a knee mortar hits the top of the Bren carrier, and we'll resolve that. So needing a 5 or 6 to do any sort of damage to it. Okay, so that's superficial damage. So you're going to roll a d6 and subtract
2.
2.
Because it's top armor on an open topped. Normally it would be 3.
6, 5, 4.
Dead.
Knocked out.
Yep. Okay, so it's knocked out, and we'll figure out what happens to the stuff inside. So that hit killed the lieutenant and the Piet team. So they're gone.
Sugoi.
And yeah, so that's 3 British dice in 1 mortar shot. And the Japanese are up again.
So,
All right, so the Japanese lieutenant moved up. The IJA squad passed its order test and is going to be firing at the carrier. So I think it's moved range. You're looking at 5s.
How about the machine guns? Is that in range?
Yeah, the machine gun.
Light machine guns. 24, is it?
18 would be close range.
36, yep.
Yeah, I think it's within 18 because that was just out of
Might
range.
as well roll the machine gun first. 4 dice.
4 dice needing 4s. Okay, you put a pin on it, and there's no reason to roll anything else. That's all it can do. So,
Even with the rifles, they can't, like...
no, they can't add additional pins. It's
Oh,
only
okay.
ever one.
Yeah,
1 from each squad.
Oh, and then you have
mortar. The medium mortar team.
The medium mortar has stuff to do.
The medium mortars.
So the medium mortar is going to be using the spotter to try and hit this squad here. So first shot, ranging in, needs a 6. And it hits. So they're spread out with a 2-inch template,
You're probably going to hit 4.
which they're down, so you'd be hitting 2. Yeah, most you could get under that is 4, which, because they're down, it'd be half to 2.
Yep.
So 2 hits, so 2d6.
Going on 2.
Yep. Anything but. Well, there's a but you can re-roll that 6, see if it's exceptional damage. It is not. So 1 man is killed.
But D3 pins.
And D3 pins. 3 pins. Okay. So we'll get the pins on. The next die is a British one. Okay, so the Humber just turned and drove up to engage the tank. And next die, we have Japanese. The Japanese observer is calling in a fire mission right there. And now we have another Japanese dice. So the sniper team, realizing it didn't have line of sight on anything, just advanced up, tried to take a shot, but it was over 24 inches, so it just went somewhere. And there's a British eye. They're going to run away. Okay, so yeah, like I said, they ran away. So the medic just moved up, and so did the Chiha. So this is what things look like going into turn 3, which we're going to start right now with a artillery barrage. So I'll lay d6 to see what happens with your barrage. 2. So it is a delay, and you can move it up to 12 inches, and we roll again at the beginning of the next turn. All right, so with that out of the way, first die for turn 3 is Japanese.
Sure.
So the Chiha has come around the corner and is going to be firing the main gun at the Humber and the machine gun into the infantry. So machine guns, 5 shots on 6s. Okay, so there's 1 hit. It'll be a pin. And you 4 up, kill someone. You don't. All right, so it's just a pin. We'll get that down in a moment. But now the shot from the tank is hitting on a 3. Okay, so it hits. It's +2, so roll a d6. It does not damage it,
D3 pins.
but it's d3 pins. 1 pin. Okay, I skated on that. So we'll get the pins on, but the next die is British. So the flamethrower team has moved up in there, and yeah, it's going to roast them. So moved is -1, but in order to be in range, they have to be in point-blank range, so I'm hitting on a 3. I've hit you. And we'll resolve the damage for that. So they only hit twice, but they killed 2 men, putting 4 pins on it. But because all Japanese are fanatics, and fanatics just ignore flamethrowers now, because that's a lovely FAQ, they don't have to take a morale test because they automatically pass it. So the next die,
I sense a little bit of bitterness there.
a little bit,
Here, have a dice.
it's British. So I tried to move the squad out of the way and failed. So they went down and a Japanese die came out of the bag. So the mortar is firing and got the one that's ranged in on. Yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
You're hitting on a 2.
So 3 of them, right?
Nope,
Just
nope,
one.
just one.
Yeah. No.
Okay, you hit him.
You can hit 4, which becomes
Yeah,
2.
you're hitting 2. So 2 dice you kill on 2s. Okay, so there's 2 dead. Reroll the 6. Might be exceptional. It is not. So, and D3 pins. Another 3 pins. So they're up to 6 pins. And there are 2 men dead. Alright, so next die is
Japanese.
Japanese again. So this IJA squad just ran right up to the hedge. And the next die we've got is a British one. Alright, the section ran over here so that its sergeant didn't get sniped and just get stuck right next to the artillery barrage. Ah, it's a Japanese die. So the artillery observer just ran up into the orchard, and the next die is British. So the machine gun carrier passed its order and just went full send. It just drove into the orchard and was going to be firing the machine gun onto that mortar squad there. So it's moved, light cover, needing 5s. I hit it once. I didn't kill anyone, but I put a pin on it. That means
Could be enough.
maybe they'll be okay for a turn. Next die.
Japanese.
Japanese. Okay, so the officer and his assistant are doing what?
Bonsai.
Okay, yep, roll your dice. You'll probably make it explode. Okay, so now you roll a d6 and you add 1. Oh, nothing happens. Roll a d6, that's how far you consolidate away from it. Okay, you get 1 inch away. While he does that, what's the next die, Will?
Japanese.
More Japanese.
That was a very good.
All right, so the medic just moved up to join the squad. Next die is another Japanese one. So the medium machine gun is going to fire at the squad back here. It's long range, hard cover, so 5 shots, needing 6s. There's 1 hit, so there's the pin, and 4 to kill. Roll it again, see if it's something exceptional. It's not. So 1 dead, 1 pin, and the next die is British. So this infantry squad lost its pin and then ran into the courtyard. Next die is a British one, and medic's just gonna follow him. Right in there. Along with the die. Run. Yep. Next die, please. Is a British one. And
Good tank.
yep, I only have the Humber. So, well, let's see. Will the Humber pass its order test? No, it won't. So it reverses.
It's a recce vehicle, right?
Yep.
All right, 12 inches back.
Yeah, so it's gonna wreck you 12 inches back. And the last dice that are in the bag are Japanese. The Grenadier squad has bonsai'd into the flamethrower squad.
Bonsai.
And, yep, looking for force. Only 1 is dead.
Interesting.
It's exceptional, maybe?
It might be exceptional. You might be able to kill the flamethrower. It's not exceptional. The flamethrower can die. He doesn't. So he runs away. And,
That's it.
yep, that's it. That's the end of turn 3. So we'll clean this all this up and go on to turn
Hope they do
4.
get to consolidate.
All right, so they just consolidated into point blank range, and it's whoever gets first dice is gonna get weird either way. But moving on to turn 4, Justin, roll a die for your artillery. That's a DAC die, so it's yes.
You get to do it.
It scatters D3. So roll D3, and someone want to swap out the die so we have a scatter die?
1.
No, it's 3d6. Scatters 3d6.
Oh, 3d6. Okay.
So we got 8.
In a random direction. Okay, there's an arrow on there, so it's going that way. 8 inches off there. Okay? So
theoretically, it could still hit.
So it's D6 plus 6 for the explosion radius. 8 inches.
Nope.
Okay, and it deviates safely away. So now we can move on to the actual turn. And the first die in this.
You've been having a rough go of it. Which one do you
Come
want?
on, you're giving me a 50-50.
No, I'm sure it's a 50-50. I don't know what 2 dice.
Oh, okay. Right hand. Oh, okay.
It was a 50-50.
Okay, the British are going to fire.
See ya.
All right, so many shots, needing 2s.
How many ones? Was 10 right? Is it 4?
Nope. It was, Ted predicted 4 ones. It was only 2. Killing on force. Not enough. Not enough.
Could be exceptional.
Yeah, 3 of them could be exceptional. So,
He's get a 6 for exception.
none of them are exceptional. So, 4 of them die. You take a pin. Not that the pin will matter in a moment. Alright. Next die. It's British.
Can your tank go before his tank goes?
Maybe. We'll see. 1 pin. Yeah, okay, I lose the pin. And I'll figure out what it's doing because I didn't think I would get this far. Alright, so the Humber drove up to get a shot on the side armor. It's in point blank. Use a 3. Yes. Okay, I hit. +4 on side armor.
3 up.
I roll a 1.
Pin.
So, I put a pin on the Chiha.
Wow.
Next die, please.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it's a British one. All right.
Do you rally or do you...
Yeah, they're gonna No.
Out of 3 or less, you could move.
Yeah, 3 or less they can move. No, what? Yes, I will attempt to rally. We'll attempt to rally.
Remember, if you rally, you're not down.
I know. Okay, they rally. I remove 3 pins. Okay, they're down to 3. Next die, please. Okay, there's the Japanese one. All right. So the lieutenant is charging the machine gun carrier again. That's 2 dice, hitting on 4s.
Bonsai!
No hits. You can't damage it.
Yes.
So you move D6 away. D6 away. 5. Okay. After the second failed attempt, they're like, maybe we should leave this thing alone, please.
And then the other squad charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Oh, and that's the plan?
Yes.
Okay. He also did a Yumen snap too, so they clear the way for...
Yeah. That is exactly the plan.
That's 4
Okay.
ground carriers.
So we'll... Yeah.
So they'll move back.
You know why? Both of these are newly painted models that haven't seen the board yet.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
That's the problem, and I'm going with it.
I'm just appreciating it because Brent Carrier's been a pain in my ass many times.
Yes, they have.
So they will run.
Yeah, so they charge in. As long as one makes it, they all make it. And
How
they
many guys do you have
have
in the squad, Justin?
10.
Alright, so roll 10 dice.
Oh, move them up.
Oh, okay.
That could be problematic.
Oh, we'll get back to the dice rolling.
We'll see.
All right, so 10
No, you can put that on there.
dice,
It's a
needing
motivational score.
4s.
Okay.
You automatically damage it, which means it's destroyed. Even if you roll a 1.
Sugoi.
Yep. All right, so that's another British dice out of that bag.
Alright. That's what, like 5-0 now?
Yep.
Ooh, that's rough.
Mm-hmm. The British have now been reduced by half.
Here, have that one.
Oh, hey, okay.
So you got a medic and you got a squad.
So,
I'll try to do something with the squad. I don't know. All right, so this section just surged forward. All right, Japanese die.
If the
So
big
they
dice
charged
before
in and lost their pin. And needing force. Killed 1. Okay, so that leaves me with 9 men. But I took tough as boots, so I get an extra 3 dice. Those 3 are going to come from the tough fighter. So, yeah. They're dead.
no, it was worth a try.
The sergeant with his sten killed them all.
Nice.
And, yep. First Japanese unit wiped out. And it's a Japanese die. Okay, so the medium machine gun is shooting at that squad again. 5 shots, needing 5s. 2 hits. So they're up to 4 pins now. Needing 4s to kill. Well, the 2 men dead. 1 may be exceptional. It is not. So these 2 get pulled. And next die is a Japanese one. Well, there's only 1 British one, and it's a medic. So let's see what they do. All right, so the mortar squad is going to attempt to pass an order to fire on them. No! It goes down instead.
Unfortunate. Great for you, Rod.
It did its job. It bought me a turn. All right, more Japanese. So the sniper that's in there is firing at the squad that ran, hitting on a 3.
1 shot.
Yep. It hits. Need 4 to kill. All damage is exceptional. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just a pin.
The rifle, I don't think is in range.
No, the rifle can't do anything if you fire
Gotcha.
with the scope.
So I think it's a pin. Yeah.
Yep, so we got the pin down, and hey, it's a Japanese die. You've got,
This guy's moved.
yeah, you've got the artillery observer that's hiding back there, and the Chiha.
Should come there. Very cool. We'll have him advance over here.
Yeah.
Just
Good-
advance
good
onto
idea.
the objective. Yep,
Yes.
good call.
Yes, indeed.
And then, I don't know, is it the Chiha or is it my medic?
Well,
Looks like the Rancor.
I believe it's the Rancor. Oh, it's going forward.
Yeah.
Look at that. But no, it's the
Okay, yeah, it's the Chiha.
Chiha tank will just turn its gun.
got to pass an order.
Oh, that's right, because
Yep,
it is pinned.
it's 2-pin order.
2 pin.
Yep, it passes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 1 pin.
So it can do whatever it wants.
So it will.
If it can escape the Rancor.
So it'll fire at the.
Firing? Okay.
Yep, fire at the armored the Humber.
So it hits on a 2.
2 because point blank. Yep.
Yep.
So light howitzer.
1 shot.
One
Hits
shot,
on
yep.
2. It hits. So
Armor
does not damage it,
D3 pins.
but it does D3 pins. 2 pins.
Okay, and then
It's the machine gun going into anything.
Yes, it'll go into the car as well.
It
Can't
can't.
hurt the car.
Can't hurt the car.
Can I put pins on it?
Nope.
Oh, damn.
To shoot that other squad though.
Is it?
Could maybe hit them. Someone's gonna have to measure it.
Oh, it is
Won't
a
be me.
medium.
I have a.
It is a medium machine gun. That's right. So, yeah.
Yep. You got range.
Long range. Yeah.
So just long range.
So 5 shots.
5 shots, needing 4s.
4s. So 2.
There's 2 hits. Another pin.
2 pins and then force to kill.
1 man dead. 1 man dead. Okay. And then the last one is the medic. Medic is going to run, hide over here next to the well. Okay. And this is what the board looks like at the end of turn 4. Yep, going into 5. All right, well, here we go. First die of turn 5 is Japanese. The border is going to try to fire again. Needs to pass. It's a 1-pin order. Yeah, okay, it does. Do you hit on a 2? You do. You hit 4 of them. So 4 dice killing on anything but a 1. 2 are dead. 2 are dead. D3 pins. 2 more pins. So they're up to 6 pins.
Squad doesn't route though.
No, the squad does not route. So that's 2 dead. And next die is Japanese again. All right, the medium machine gun is firing into them.
5 shots on 5s.
5 shots on 5s. Nothing hits. Okay. Okay. Glad you think so. There's okay, another Japanese die.
All you gotta do is stay out of line of sight the entire game.
Okay.
Well,
So now the Chiha is gonna fire, same as last time. Main gun into that. Machine gun into which one? Them?
that one's good. Yep.
That one? Okay. So
Howitzer first.
hitting on 2. Okay, you hit.
That'll do it.
That's actual damage, so roll a d6.
Oops.
-3.
Where's the
4, it's knocked out.
No, it's -3. It's superficial damage.
You rolled a 6.
Yep. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Plus 2 is 8. It's armor 7.
It's armor 7.
Armor 7. It's an
Yeah,
armored
it-
car. Yeah, it explodes. Yeah, with that, I think I'm going to call it. Because that thing's just going to run rampant for at least another turn or 2. And really most I could do is hope to tie. So, yeah. It's a good second game. Drastically different from your first game.
Yeah, I'd say so.
how-
Quite a turnaround.
What do you think of, now that you have a second filmed game under your belt, what do you think about bolt action?
I like how how it forces a lot of sort of non-linear thinking, because of the alternate activations. It kind of forces you to be adaptive.
Yep.
And,
You never know what's going to happen next.
Exactly. And it kind of forces you to take risks, too, with
Yes.
your units, not knowing precisely the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I quite enjoy it. I definitely want to add more units to my Japanese, perhaps more infantry.
Yep.
But yeah, my dice were brutal this game. I'm sorry.
It happens. In the past couple battle reports, my dice have been pretty brutal, so it's bound to turn around. But no, this was a pretty wild game, and we had fun with it. It was a lot of joking, a lot of cursing off camera. But we hope you enjoyed it as well. Once again, we're Little Roadie Wargaming. Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, hit that bell button so that you get notified every time we post something new, and we'll see you next time.